All right, we're going to watch Emma's backstroke video. We're going to slow this down to about quarter speed. Emma, keep in mind too when you're looking at your videos, also check out the notes that Lynette's come up with, just from different things that she sees in the videos as well. We do watch these videos and love a couple things we see real quick. I mean, your shoulder roll, Emma, is just so good. We love how hard you work at practice all the time, but you do some technique stuff that's just amazing. Your body line here in the backstroke is also really, really good. You catch great water. So we're really thrilled with a lot of stuff we're doing. There's a few things here that we've seen that we think we can work on and we think we can do a little bit better job of. But all in all, really nice job. Good streamline here. Love how you hold that dolphin or hold that streamline perfectly. That may be a little longer than we want to see. Okay, 2 seconds at the most. So do try and work that. But man, look at how far out you're getting. Emma, if we had to show everybody how we want to see it done, that would be how we show. Okay, so let's kind of start this over. And let's kind of go over with what we're seeing here. First off, as we start to enter on this left hand here, we can see that we're entering with that pinky, and so that's really, really good. We like always thumbs out, pinkies in, right? What we want to try and see is a little bit more bend in that elbow. You can see it slightly here and here out to the side, which is good because at least you're pushing water towards the wall, towards your feet. But try and get that hand up just a little bit higher. You don't want it to be quite so low and way deep. Okay, Lynette talks about getting about 6 to 8 inches deep below the water. Once you get past that 8 inches, that's about where you want your hand to keep all the way through. So once you start going way too low, you're kind of throwing your body out of a good position that you want to be in. And it takes a little bit longer to get that hand up. Again, really good job, pinky entry here. And you can see you've got a bend in the elbow, right? We want to see more bend in the elbow here, and then hand up here a little bit higher. Okay, that'll help you grab just a little bit better water, make it a little bit stronger, and really pushing that water back towards your feet. Your hands are definitely open a little bit more on your left than they are on the right. A little bit closer, you're kind of going to see that. And it's good. You want to have those hands open, those fingers open a little bit. Maybe not quite as much as you are here on your left. Let's see that next stroke. I think you're going to see this a little bit better. Okay, yeah, you can see how wide those fingers are. You really want your fingers open, just kind of a natural, easy position. You don't want them quite so wide. I mean, you're making bigger paddles for your hands, which is great in some aspects, but in this aspect, it's a little bit too wide, and your right hand entry is much better. Again, great shoulder roll. Your kick is all good. And right here is we're right in line. This is what we love. I mean, you were just perfect body position in the water. Your head's back, your hips are up. Everything is just moving right through the water as it should. Great kick. I mean, really, that's textbook. So we love this, Emma. Definitely have good, strong, fast legs. You got good white water coming off your feet. All things we look at and we look for in good backstrokers. Now as we go into our turn here, you kind of started that flip just a little bit earlier. You can let those hands come to your hips. You started to turn your hands down. You can see they're here kind of pointing toward each other, so you don't have your palms facing up, which is good, right? Because we don't want them up, but we want to work on them maybe getting down. So you're kind of halfway there, and I know what you're trying to do, so I think you're trying to get to what we've talked about last year. So keep working at making like you're throwing water towards that face. Keep working that your hands are going from your hips, palms down, and then bringing them up into a nice tight streamline. As we hit off that wall, that's such a good streamline. You can see that you're going in a little bit of a downward arc, which is exactly what we want to do. You want to try and get underneath that wake. And again, like I kind of said earlier, a little bit too long on the glide. You really want to make that glide no more than 2 seconds. After that 2 seconds, make sure you start those dolphin kicks. 3, 4, 5, 6 dolphin kicks. I mean, really, great job. 7 dolphin kicks. All right, a little late. You started that first stroke. Let me back up just a little bit. Okay, you started that first stroke maybe a little bit later than when we would like to have seen. Maybe more towards here, so that as you get your first stroke, it's going to be a little bit more smooth and a little bit better transition straight from your underwater dolphin kicking into your first stroke. If you look right here, your left hand is the bottom hand, which means that should be your first stroke, and it's going to be the bottom stroke, and so that's perfect. We like that. You're definitely dropping the right hand, but you can kind of see here it kind of goes out to the side as much as down. Get that pull a little bit better. Your head is completely above the water. Half your arm is above that water. So as far as your breakout goes, we got to work on that a little bit better, because right here, when your head starts to break that surface, that hand should come out, and it really never really got to a good position. So if I saw one thing out of all of these that I'd really like to see you work on, your arm pull definitely a little bit underwater, but the biggest thing we both saw was that breakout. Let's get a little bit better job of the breakout. Okay? Great job, Emma.